The rain doesn't just fall, it attacks. Each drop hammers my skull like accusations I can't answer. My lungs are fire. My legs are betrayal. But Kyle's footsteps behind me are certainty. Thud, thud, thud. He's close enough I can hear his breathing over the storm. That wet, hungry sound he makes when he's decided someone deserves punishment. Tonight, that someone is me. I round the corner and my boot catches a slick patch of pavement. My knee slams concrete. Pain explodes white-hot through my leg. But I don't stop. Can't stop. Because 3 hours ago, I found the burner phone taped under our bathroom sink. 18 messages, all about me. All about selling me to men whose names I recognized from late-night news reports about missing women. Kyle isn't just angry I found it. He's excited. You think you can run from me? His voice cuts through the downpour, close enough to feel. You think anyone's gonna save a fat bitch like you? The words are designed to root me in place. They've worked before, kept me small, kept me silent, kept me his. But tonight, the phone's final message replays in my head. Warehouse. Midnight. Bring her. I have 43 minutes. The alley ahead dead ends into loading docks and dumpsters. My heart drops into my stomach, trapped. I spin, searching for fire escapes, basement windows, anything. And I see it. A black sedan, sleek as a predator, idling with its rear door slightly open, interior light off, engine purring so quietly I almost missed it beneath the rain's assault. Every instinct screams trap, but Kyle's shadow stretches across the wet pavement behind me, growing larger. I don't think. I lunge. My hands grab the door handle. The leather interior smells expensive cologne and something metallic I can't place. I throw myself inside, curling into the footwell, making myself invisible, making myself nothing. The door clicks shut. Silence. Then Kyle's Camaro roars past, tires spraying water against the sedan's windows. His engine growls like a caged animal, circling, searching. A voice above me, calm, controlled, utterly unbothered, cuts through my gasping breaths. Stay down. I freeze. Because the voice doesn't belong to a driver. It belongs to whoever was waiting in the back seat. I can't see him clearly from the footwell, but I feel him. The way you feel a storm before it breaks. The way prey senses a predator deciding whether to kill or ignore. My eyes adjust to the darkness. Expensive leather shoes, Italian, spotless despite the rain. Tailored suit pants with a crease sharp enough to cut. And then my breath catches a tattoo, crawling from beneath his sleeve. A dragon, intricate and violent, coiling up his wrist in black ink that seems to move in the dim light. He's looking for you. The voice again. Accented Korean, I think, but his English is perfect, dangerously soft. Your ex-boyfriend, Kyle Martinez, drives a blue Camaro, gambling debts to 3 syndicates, currently employed by the Iron Lotus as a recruiter. My mind fractures trying to process this. How does he know? He won't find you here. A pause. Unless you make noise. Outside, Kyle's voice cuts through the rain, screaming my name. The sound makes my body lock up, Pavlovian response to months of conditioning. He's close. Too close. I press myself smaller against the car floor, tasting leather in my own terror. The man above me doesn't flinch, doesn't even look toward the window. Instead, his hand, large, scarred across the knuckles, reaches down and rests on my trembling shoulder. The touch is firm, but not rough, controlling, but not cruel. Breathe, he commands quietly. Fear has a smell. Animals can track it. I force air into my lungs. Once, twice. My vision clears enough to look up. His face is all angles, sharp jaw, high cheekbones, dark eyes that reflect nothing and see everything. Mid-30s, maybe. Handsome in the way a blade is handsome. Beautiful until you realize it's designed to cut. Kyle's footsteps move past the sedan, then stop. I hear him breathing just outside the window, condensation from his breath fogging the glass. The man's eyes never leave mine. His hand tightens slightly on my shoulder, not a threat, a promise. "He will not touch you again," he whispers. And somehow, impossibly, I believe him. Kyle's Camaro finally fades into the distance. The man releases my shoulder and taps twice on the divider. The sedan pulls forward, smooth and silent. "Sit up." I obey without thinking, another reflex I hate. But when I settle onto the seat, he's not looking at me with Kyle's mixture of hunger and contempt. He's studying me like I'm a chess piece whose value he's calculating. "I'm John. No last name offered. You're safe now." Safe. The word tastes foreign. Who are you? Someone who finds it inconvenient when women disappear from my territory. His fingers drum once against his knee, the only sign of emotion I've seen. "Your ex owes money to people I do business with. That makes you relevant." My stomach drops. Relevant. Not human. Not victim. Relevant. The city lights blur past tinted windows as we leave the warehouse district behind. Buildings grow taller, cleaner, more expensive. We're heading uptown, the part of the city I've only seen in magazines. The sedan stops in front of a glass tower that pierces the clouds. A doorman appears instantly, opening my door before I can reach for the handle. Two men in dark suits flank the entrance, earpieces visible, eyes scanning. John exits smoothly and extends his hand toward me, not pulling, offering. "Welcome," he says, "to your new home." The words land like a verdict. I take his hand and step into the building, the doors closing behind me with a sound like a vault ceiling. Click. The penthouse suite is obscene. Floor-to-ceiling windows showcase the city like a conquered kingdom. Marble floors catch the light of crystal chandeliers. Everything is white, black, or chrome, sterile as an operating room, expensive as a gallery. A woman in a dove-gray suit appears with clothing in my size. How she knew my measurements, I don't ask. She leads me to a bathroom larger than my old apartment, where I scrub away the rain and fear until my skin is raw. When I emerge in silk pajamas that cost more than my monthly rent, she's gone. A tray of food waits on the bed, real food, not Kyle's convenience store scraps. I eat mechanically, my mind trying to map the cage I've traded for freedom. For 3 days, I see John only in passing. He exists in phone calls conducted in Korean, in the quiet parade of dangerous men who bow when he enters rooms. I'm fed, guarded, isolated. On the 4th day, I find the library. Books line the walls, leather-bound, organized by language. I'm reaching for a thriller when I notice the desk drawer, slightly open. My fingers move before my brain catches up. The manila folder inside has Kyle's name printed on the tab. My hands shake as I open it. Police reports, I expect. Background checks. Instead, I find a ledger. Numbers in neat columns. Gambling debts. $347,000. Casino markers. Loan shark agreements. And at the bottom, stamped in red ink, paid in full. Below that, a signature in black fountain pen. John's signature. The door opens behind me. "Curious," John says, his voice neutral as death, "is a dangerous quality." I turn slowly, the folder still in my hands, and meet his eyes. "You bought me." He doesn't deny it. "I bought your ex's debt," John corrects, stepping into the library. "There's a difference." "Is there?" My voice cracks despite my effort to sound strong. "He sold me. You paid for me. What's the difference?" John crosses to the desk in 3 strides and takes the folder from my hands. He doesn't snatch, just lifts it away like removing a toy from a child. Then, deliberately, he opens the desk drawer and pulls out a silver lighter. The flame catches the edge of the folder. Paper curls and blackens as he holds it over a marble ashtray, watching the debt burn to ash. "The difference," he says, eyes on the fire, "is that I bought the debt so no one else could claim you. Kyle owed money to 8 different organizations. 7 of them trade in human cargo." He looks up, and for the first time, I see something almost human in his expression. I eliminated a problem. You were collateral benefit. So I'm free to go? Are you? He tilts his head. Where would you go? Back to an apartment Kyle has keys to family who believed his excuses, to a job that pays minimum wage while he waits in the parking lot. Each question is a knife finding soft tissue. He's not wrong. You belong to no one, John continues, the last of the papers crumbling to ash. Not even me, but if you stay under my protection and my rules. Before I can respond, his phone buzzes. He glances at the screen, and something dangerous slides across his features. Tomorrow, he says, pocketing the device. You need clothes. Real clothes. We're going shopping. The way he says it sounds less like kindness and more like strategy. Like he's preparing me for war. The boutique smells like money and judgment. Crystal fixtures, marble floors, sales assistants who smile with their mouths but not their eyes. I'm wearing John's borrowed clothes, tailored pants hemmed too short, a black sweater that hangs loose. Everything about me screams doesn't belong. The assistant approaching us, blonde, severe, wrapped in designer labels, takes one look at my body and her smile thins. Perhaps, she says, voice dripping synthetic sweetness, we could recommend our sister store downtown. They carry more, accommodating sizes. The words land exactly as intended. My cheeks burn. I start to turn toward the door, toward escape, but John's hand catches my elbow. His grip is iron wrapped in silk. Is there a problem? 3 words, spoken quietly, but the temperature in the room drops 10 degrees. The assistant's confidence fractures. No, I just meant, my associate requires a complete wardrobe. John's accent sharpens each word into a blade. Evening wear, business attire, casual. You have 30 minutes to provide options, or I make a phone call to your owner explaining why this location is now a liability. The blood drains from her face. She knows exactly who owns the building, who owns half the city. Of course, Mr. Kim, right away. She vanishes into the back room, and suddenly 3 other assistants appear, measurement tape and apologies flowing. John releases my arm and examines a display of watches, utterly unconcerned, but I catch the corner of his mouth, the smallest hint of satisfaction. When we leave 2 hours later, I'm wearing clothes that actually fit, clothes that make me feel like I'm wearing armor instead of apology. Tomorrow, John says as we reach the car, you start training. Training for what? His eyes meet mine in the rearview mirror as we pull away. Survival. The ballroom glitters like a dragon's hoard. Chandeliers cast light across silk gowns and $1,000 suits. Everyone here is beautiful. Everyone here is dangerous. John wanted me hidden in the penthouse, locked in what he called the safe room. I refused. I survived, Kyle. I can survive this. Now, walking into this room on John's arm, in a black dress that costs more than my car used to, I feel every eye turn, assessing, calculating, wondering who I am and why I matter. John's hand rests at the small of my back, proprietary but protective. He introduces me to no one. We're an island in a sea of predators. These gatherings, he murmurs near my ear, are neutral ground, old rules. No blood spilled, no business conducted. Everyone pretends to be civilized. Pretends? The moment we leave, the truce ends. A waiter passes with champagne. John takes 2 glasses, hands me one. I don't drink. My eyes scan the room, cataloging exits like Kyle taught me, though for different reasons now. That's when I see it. A red dot, small, precise, tracking across the crowd. Across John's chest. My brain processes 3 things simultaneously: the red dot, the chandelier above casting shadows, and the balcony access on the 2nd floor. Sniper, professional, waiting for the perfect shot. Every instinct screams to run, to hide, to survive. but my body moves before my mind catches up. I grab John's arm and pull, throwing my weight sideways just as the gunshot cracks through the ballroom. The bullet hits the marble column behind where John was standing, sending chips of stone exploding outward. Chaos erupts, screaming, stampeding. John's eyes lock on mine, shocked, calculating, impressed. Then his hand moves to his jacket, and I realize. The truce just ended. The gala dissolved into violence in seconds. John's men appeared from nowhere, shadows becoming soldiers. They extracted us through a service exit while gunfire echoed behind us. Now we're at the shipping docks, container stacks rising like metal canyons under harsh floodlights. John received a call en route, a setup, someone feeding false intel to draw him here. The Iron Lotus, the syndicate he'd outmaneuvered by buying Kyle's debt. They want blood. "Stay in the car," John orders, chambering a round into his pistol. 5 of his men flank him, weapons drawn. I watch from the back seat as they move between containers. Professional, coordinated. Then I see what they don't. 3 figures on the container above them, rifles aimed down. My heart stops. I could stay hidden, stay safe, let John handle his own war. But the red dot at the gala flashes through my mind. The moment I chose action over paralysis. I'm out of the car before I realize I've moved. Move! My voice cuts through the night. John spins, sees me, sees the shooters. I grab the crane control lever mounted on the dock platform. One of John's men showed me these once, explaining how cargo moves. My hands slam the controls, and the massive container suspended above swings violently. Metal shrieks. The container crashes into the stack where the shooters perch. 2 men tumble, weapons clattering. The third tries to aim, but John's already firing. Precise shots that end threats. More Iron Lotus pour from between containers. 1 dozen, 2 dozen. Too many. John fights like violence, choreographed every movement. Efficient, brutal, necessary. But even he can't hold forever. I spot a forklift, keys dangling. Kyle made me drive one at the warehouse. I start the engine and ram it into the line of attackers, scattering them like bowling pins. John uses the chaos. His men rally. The tide shifts. When the last Iron Lotus member falls or flees, silence crashes down like the container I dropped. John stands in the center of the carnage, chest heaving, blood on his suit. His eyes find mine across the dock, and something in his expression cracks. John crosses the dock in long strides. His hands cup my face before I can speak, his eyes scanning for injuries with something that looks like fear. "You could have been killed." His voice is raw, not angry, shaken. "So could you. I'm built for this." His thumb brushes my cheekbone. "You're... what? Weak? Useless?" The words come out sharper than intended. "I saved your life. Twice." His hands drop, but his eyes stay locked on mine. Around us, his men discreetly turn away, giving us space in the wreckage. "You're not a victim anymore," John says quietly. "I see that now. I've been protecting a woman who doesn't need protection. She needs partnership." The word hangs between us like a bridge. "When I bought Kyle's debt," he continues, "I thought I was preventing you from becoming another statistic. Another woman disappeared into nothing." His jaw tightens. "But you're not grateful. You're not compliant. You're not easy. Is that a problem?" "No." The word is almost a laugh. "It's the first honest thing in my life in 10 years. He steps back, composing himself, the armor sliding back into place. But I saw beneath it, saw the man who's been alone at the top so long he forgot what it meant to have someone stand beside him. "Tomorrow," he says, "we discuss your role, your choice. But tonight," his phone buzzes. He glances at it and swears in Korean. "Tonight," the Iron Lotus responds. The penthouse sunrise paints the city gold and crimson. I haven't slept. Neither has John. His men neutralized the Iron Lotus retaliation before it reached us. 3 car bombs, 2 hit teams, One bribed guard. The organization is fractured now, leaderless. Their attempted coup collapsed. John sits across from me at the breakfast table, a black velvet box between us. I miscalculated, he says. I thought giving you safety meant keeping you small, controlled. He opens the box. Inside, a gold ring carved with his family's dragon crest. This isn't a gift of ownership. It's a symbol of partnership. You're not my mistress. You're my equal. I pick up the ring, feeling its weight. 3 weeks ago, I was hiding in basements, flinching at footsteps. Now I'm holding a seat at a table where empires are built and destroyed. The Iron Lotus won't forget, I say. Neither will I. John's eyes burn with something beyond respect. Neither will you. I slip the ring on my finger. Below, the city glitters full of danger, possibility, and people who will learn my name. I'm not running anymore. Would you have survived this? Could you have chosen partnership over safety? Drop your answer below and follow for what happens when the Iron Lotus returns.